One of the hardest things to do is to not be the god of your own life. The more you try to be your own god, the more things kind of go haywire, so to speak. But every single time you let go and let God do what he does best, that's when things start clicking into place. Every single time you try to make something work out and it doesn't work out, you kind of go back and hit yourself like why didn't that work? Like, am I not doing something right? Is it not supposed to be this way? And sometimes it is, but often it's God not wanting you to get ahead of yourself because there's something down the line that you can't see that he sees. Take Joseph. God gave him a dream. One that was going to help prosper people around him. He told the dream to people he cared about, and they hated him for it. In fact, it was his brothers. They wanted to kill him so much they hated his dream. But, they decided not to kill him, so they sold him off into slavery. And then from there, after they sold him off into slavery, he goes and he becomes a slave in Egypt. And he works his way back up from a slave. Now, Joseph was a baby. Like, he was pampered all the time. Had the dream, had the knowledge, everything. But his own family, the ones he loved the most, turned against him. So how do you imagine that might feel, that you have this dream in your mind, in your heart, that's really going to benefit a lot of people. And you share that dream with people you think are ready to receive you, and they despise you for it. Happens all the time. But doesn't mean the dream was bad. Doesn't mean the dream wasn't meant for you either. God often gives us these dreams and these ideas because there is a part of us that is supposed to go in that direction. And when we go in that direction and listen to what God's asking us to do, a lot of times we find that transformative thing that comes because we're on the path that God gave us, right? Because you have passions and ideas that you love, and those things can benefit other people. You and I were made to benefit other people because we're made to create just like God does. We're made to create things that will help one another, help each other, and help those around us. So those ideas that God gives us often is the way and the mechanism we do it to help other people. But we're talking about you. You got to let go and let God do what he does best. I don't have there's nothing else I can say other than you got to stop. You got to stop trying to be God. Like, you are trying to control every single thing that you're not letting God do what he does. He makes impossible things happen all the time. He intervenes all the time. He has a plan, and sometimes you just want to go against it. Like, go against the grain. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Sometimes God puts you where he needs you to be to protect you, to grow you properly, even if it doesn't feel great. Like, imagine being a seed in the soil. It's dark, you're not getting any sunlight, but the seed's still growing. And sometimes it's hard to push through the dirt to get above the surface before you can finally bloom and blossom. But you gotta be in the dark place first. It's not that God hates you. It's that God knows that that's the right place for you to grow and mature, to develop so you can blossom into the thing he's already given you to see. He gave you the idea, not because someone else needed to follow it, because you needed to act on it first. That desire is not for it. It's not for nothing. It's because there is something tangible there that you are supposed to go toward. Literally. Like, God didn't make anyone else to do the part except for you, because there's only one person who can do it the way that God gave to you to do it. There's only one person who can fulfill that idea, and it's you. No one else can fulfill the idea for you. No one else can live the dream for you that God gave you. It's your dream. How can anyone else live your dream? Make it make sense. Seriously. And you have to take actionable steps into that direction. I don't care how pretty the steps are, even if they're ugly. If you go in that direction, you're going to make it. Every single step is a step in the right direction if you're working toward it. But if you just sit there and talk about it and don't ever go to it, wasted potential. Wasted. It's like the worst thing you can do is waste the potential. Because you could have just took steps in the direction instead of just talking about it. You could have just started walking even if the steps sucked. If you don't enjoy what God gives you, you're not going to enjoy your life very much. God gives these things to us so we could benefit from them, but also to benefit those around us. And when we act out in obedience, God will bless Bless that. Again, Joseph was sold as a slave. He's a slave. He was a favorite child, now he's a slave. From here to there. And he worked his way up by serving God and doing what he can do best with what the knowledge he had and the gifts he was given. And the people in charge, Potiphar, saw that whatever he did prospered. As a slave. So Potiphar elevated him to the head slave. He ran the house. Well, Potiphar was gone. Yeah, you run the show because everything you do it prospers. It does well. Everything you do. Then Potiphar's wife shows up, wants to sleep with him. But Joseph, in his commitment to God first, said, I cannot do this evil thing against God and against my master. Because he's given me everything. He's not held anything back from me except you because you're his wife. And she persisted that, Joseph, sleep with me. Please sleep with me. Please sleep with me. And he said no. And she accuses him. And he gets thrown into jail. So imagine you didn't do anything wrong. You had a dream. And you get sold into slavery by the people you love the most. And then you work your way up as a slave to be at the top of where you're at just to get thrown into prison for not doing anything. You were accused and you didn't do anything wrong. But God was with Joseph. God was with Joseph, even in prison. God's not abandoned you. He's still with you. When we feel like he's not there, it's often when he's the closest. God was still with Joseph, even in prison. You can imagine that. Like, God, why are you doing this to me? I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. I've only served you. I've only loved you. I've only tried to do what's right and do what's best. But here I am in prison. What have I done? I guess God's forgotten about me. I guess God hates me. I guess God doesn't love me. Stop. Those thoughts are from the enemy. Those thoughts are not of God whatsoever. Joseph had to be in prison for the right reason at the right time. Because shortly after that, two prisoners come in, Pharaoh's cupbearer and the bread maker, if I'm not mistaken. They have dreams. Joseph interprets it. Well, God interprets it, and then Joseph speaks it. And he tells them, hey, one of you, in 3 days, you're going to go back to Pharaoh's side, and the other one, you're going to die in 3 days. So, from then on, it comes to be, cupbearer gets released, goes back to Pharaoh, and the bread maker ends up losing his life. Joseph asks the cupbearer, hey, when you go back to Pharaoh's side, please tell him to remember me. That just remember me when you get there, that I'm here. Say who I am. Cupbearer's like, yeah, I got you. Cupbearer forgot. The cupbearer forgot about Joseph, even though Joseph gave him hope by telling him, hey, you're going to be okay. Just remember me when you get out. Sometimes you feel like that. Sometimes I feel like that. You do these things, and it's like, hey, just remember me when you're further along in life. You just remember me when you get elevated back to your position again. Just remember me. Share my name, who I am, by someone you actually trusted and you care about, and they forgot. But God didn't forget. He did not forget. And when the time came, when the person who really needed Joseph needed him, the cupbearer remembered. Oh, goodness. Pharaoh, there's a man who can help us. And I forgot that I promised him. I forgot. We need to bring him up. So it goes from a brother, a son, to a slave, to a headmaster, or head slave, sure, to a prisoner, and then right next to Pharaoh's side. Pretty crazy turn of events. Same thing applies to you. You might go from here to there to there to there. It just that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just part of the process. And then Joseph does what he's always done. He interprets the dream. He gives it to Pharaoh. Pharaoh said, what should we do? And Joseph gives him a plan. Hey, if you want to save Egypt, this is what we got to do. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, from a prisoner to in front of the Pharaoh elevates him to have dominion and power over all of Egypt, except for over Pharaoh. Pharaoh's the only person he has to answer to, but everyone else answers to him. All because God put him in prison to be around the right people at the right time for the right reason, for the right purpose. You may have this opportunity here. It doesn't go the way you wanted it to, the way you thought you wanted it to go. God didn't forget. It was for your good that it happened. It was for your good that you got turned away. It was for your good that it said no. It was for your good that it didn't go the way you wanted. Because if you'd gotten what you wanted, you wouldn't see the goodness of God work out. You wouldn't see the goodness and the luck he has for you and the growth he wants you to have. You wouldn't have seen it. You wouldn't have known it. You wouldn't have tasted of it. That you would have taken this small, measly portion that you wanted because you couldn't see more. And God wanted to give you the entire ocean. I'm just giving you an example. He wanted to give it all to you. But you rejected and you despised the assignment he gave you. You rejected and despised the position he gave you, instead of stewarding what he gave you with the utmost respect that you have towards God. All things you should be doing unto Christ. All things to do unto him. All matters of work. If you live that way, you won't go wrong. You won't go wrong whatsoever. If you treat and respect everyone as if you're going to be talking to Jesus himself, as if you're serving him, helping him with what he has to do, you'll never go wrong. And the sooner you understand that God has a great plan and that sometimes you have to just trust the process. You gotta trust it. You gotta trust it. When I got let go by the Raiders, I was confused. But I praised God regardless, because I said, Lord, you know that there's something good here that I don't understand yet. And I'm gonna see it. And boy, was I right. I didn't understand it in the moment, but after, I was able to talk to so many people that benefited from what I went through because I could understand, and I could honestly praise God and say, thank God that he gave this to me. Even if it was a small amount of time, he still gave it to me. And I'm thankful for it. And I'm going to learn, and I'm going to develop, and I'm going to help other people grow and develop because of this situation. But I would have never had the chance to talk to more people and pour into them if I got what I wanted and just kept playing. At least in that moment, that season of my life anyway. You gotta stop trying to be God. Let God be God. And you trust the plan, you trust the process, and you praise God through it all. All things, praise God, because all things work out for your good. All things do. All things work out for your good. Not one thing doesn't benefit you when you praise God and you let God work it out. Not one thing goes unbeneficial. Every single thing will benefit you. Even the small moments, even when you feel like nothing's happening. When you don't understand why it's happening. When you're confused on the opportunities that come your way. And the opportunities that seem to slip by. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You just haven't seen the fullness of the plan yet, and that's okay. Take it day by day, and you keep going in the direction that God gave you to go in. You'll be okay. Peace and love. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for listening.